Good morning. It's me, Richard Lewis Brown. Today's April 30th, 2021. I seek your support to become the new Local 1000 president. The ballots have been mailed. If you haven't received your ballot, please contact Local 1000 Elections at SEIU1000.org. CC me on the email, richardthereal7437 @gmail.com. Again, the ballots have been sent. If you have not received your ballot for the Local 1000 2021 Local 1000 elections, I want you to CC me, but you got to email Local 1000 Elections at SEIU1000.org. CC me, Richard thereal7437 @gmail.com. All right. Again, my name is Richard Lewis Brown. You know I seek your support to become the new Local 1000 president. Today's April 30th. I'm talking as quickly as I can because I know you probably got things you have to do today. The weekend is here. But this is an important video, and I want you to share this video with everyone. First, we will not be bullied. We will not be cheated out of this election. Your vote matters. I repeat, your vote matters because you matter. Okay? If you took time to pay your dues and you've taken time to vote, your vote should be counted. As a candidate for Local 1000 president, I'm reassuring you that after this election, every vote will be verified against its return envelope with its signature on it. Okay? Either myself or someone else, it's probably going to be me. We're going to verify the Local 1000 election results. Now, people are saying, Richard, what if you win? It doesn't matter. We're going to verify that every ballot that came back with its return envelope with the signature of that member is correct, which means Local 1000 is going to have to contact every person who voted and have them verify in writing that their ballot and their return envelope is correct. Okay? This has never been done in the past, where every person who was voted was contacted by Local 1000. Now, let me say this to you. We know she's cheating. We know Yvonne Walker's cheating. The elections committee is helping her cheat. Okay? They sent out the secret email telling people if you're not a member prior to April 7th, you won't be able to vote. We know that's a violation of the policy file. This we know. Okay? We know about Amanda Icom withdrawing her name after the ballots were printed. That's a violation. Okay? And they put a little note in that person's envelope. Thank you, Roxy Shaw. Thank you for letting us know that. So I brought all this to your attention. The Amanda Icom situation, the secret email situation, Yvonne Walker having state employees use the state email system to campaign for her on her behalf. I brought that to your attention. Brenda Ferguson giving people scratch-off tickets to vote for Yvonne Walker. I brought that to your attention. Okay? And then they're not allowing people who've become members in the last few days, the last few weeks, to get their ballot because they're being told you're outside the window because the Local 1000 Elections Committee, they send those emails back to these people saying you're outside the window, but they won't tell them that there's a deadline, a cutoff, which is prior to April 7th, because that prior to April 7th deadline is not on our key elections timeline. I got all this stuff stacked up, okay? And I'm the person who brought this to you. Now, I don't know how Tony Owens and Sophia Perkins, I don't know how they feel about this. And yes, I was informed that Irene Green, thank you, Carmen Ledesma, Irene Green also was giving out scratch-off tickets. Now, I was informed about Irene Green, but I know from a reliable source about Brenda Ferguson. That's why I don't talk much about Irene Green giving out the tickets, because that source is unreliable. The source that was told me about Brenda Ferguson, that's a reliable source. Okay? That's reliable. Now, we're going to verify this ballot count. And I hope Paul Koch hears this. Yeah, because he's on the elections committee. You know, even though he's not the elections committee chairman, trust me, he's the one that runs the elections. He's been doing this for years for Yvonne Walker. We're going to verify every ballot against its return envelope, whether I win or lose. Now, maybe the other candidates, if Tony wins or if Sophia wins, maybe they're not worried about verifying the count. I don't know. What I'm saying is we're going to verify that count. Okay? Now, here's what people can do. Here's what we can do to show that we're disgusted with the cheating that Yvonne Walker is currently doing. You can go to my webpage, or you can do it on Facebook. Start a survey. You can do it on the Reform page, the Reform SEIU 1000 page, or you can go to my page, R.L. Brown, and say, how many people want that election count verified? And are you willing to sign your name to a letter or a petition? And we'll send it to the local 1000 elections at SEIU1000.org with all of our names on it. Signatures saying we want to verify this count. The ballots, it ain't just the ballot. The ballot versus the return envelope with that signature. Because we want to make sure that what you sent back, that ballot was counted and that envelope to verify that that's your signature. We have to do that. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. We have to verify that every person that claimed they voted in this election actually voted. We have to do that. And maybe if Sophia Perkins has time, if Tony Owens has time, all three of us can sit down together and acknowledge this on video for transparency's sake for all of our voters that we're going to hold Local 1000 accountable for this elections fraud and cheating that they're doing, regardless of who wins the election. Now, here's what I'm telling you on April 30th. When I win this election, by the grace of God, I am not going to destroy our union. In fact, I'm going to get Tony and Sophia, Kevin, Annika, David Jimenez. I'm going to put them on full-time union leave to help me. Because these other people are going to try to destroy me. Now, Kevin and Annika may win their positions, and same for David. But I'm sending a shout out to Sophia Perkins and Tony Owens. A few days ago, Sophia reached out to me and Tony, and we met with SAC-B about the no strike clause. And even though we have our little differences, because I believe in going on strike. You don't have a union unless you go on strike. You got to first create that strike fund. And I'm the only person that tells you we're going to create a strike fund and then not just create it after bargaining in good faith after our current contract expires for people who don't listen. For when our current contract expires and we're negotiating for a new contract, when we reach that legal impasse after negotiating in good faith, we're going to take a strike vote. If it comes back yes, we're going on strike, period. And not for no 1 day, not for no 2 days. We're going on strike until we get a 21% pay increase across the board for everyone with GO pay and COLA, along with a whole lot of other things. Telecommuting, 75 to 90% of the time, that will happen because of a strike. Now, I'm going to put Sophia and Tony on full-time union leave with me. But we're going to talk about this on video first for transparency's sake. So that's my shout out to Sophia because she got us together a few days ago. We met with SAC-B. That was excellent. I don't have that relationship with SAC-B. I guess Sophia does. So what I'm saying to Sophia Perkins and Tony Owens, when I win the election, as long as I know you'll help me achieve that 10-point platform, you'll be on full-time union leave with me. Now, I know you never heard that before. Today's April 30th. Because I'm telling you, it's important that we unify. And not just with our dues paying members, but we have to get our non-members to come together with us as well. This is why reducing the dues by 50% is so important and getting out of politics is so important. And this is why I'm asking Sophia and Tony, do a video with me. Because our first thing is we have to make sure we have clean elections. So even if I win and Tony and Sophia say, Richard, yes, we know you won and you weren't the one cheating, but Yvonne is cheating, and we want to recount those votes. You have my full support on that. And I'm telling you this Because, some people will sit back to see if they win or not, to see if they want to do an elections protest. So what I'm saying is I'm going to honor the protest, period. I'm going to honor that protest that you guys do. I'm hoping we can sit down now, because if we wait to June 1st, because that's when we can legally protest, because that's when I'm my protest letter in, if I don't win. So then someone said, Richard, what if you win? Would you still protest your own victory? Now listen to this. On April 30th, 2021, because I know Yvonne's sitting back listening, so is Paul Koch. Would I protest my own victory? Should I let my voters tell me what I should do? Because that's who I'm representing. For fairness and for quality, yeah, I would protest my own victory. I would. Even if I won. Let's still count the votes and verify. Now, why do I say that? Because it's easy to appoint and accuse someone of doing something and say that they're doing wrong, even though I know Yvonne Walker is doing wrong, and she's cheating, and she's corrupt. It's easy for me to point the finger at her. But if I win, I can say, no worries, I won. I still beat the system. That's easy to do. But what about Sophia and what about Tony? Because they would still have a problem. Even though with me cheating, the whole system was flawed. So they would probably want to protest, and they'd be absolutely right to do that. And so what I'm saying on April 30th, 2021 is I support that. And even if I win, I'm still going to have them ballots verified with every return envelope with the signature, which means we have to send letters out to all those people who voted, and they have to verify it and send it back. So people say, well, there's a possibility, Richard, that could they all do that within 2 or 3 weeks? Hopefully, yes. Now, here's the rest of the story. I'm glad you're tuning in on this Friday. Some people said, Richard, Yvonne's going to lose the election, and then she's going to protest, and then they're going to do a re-election, an election all over again. And what that's going to do is draw things out to where she'll stay in office for another 2 or 3 months. That is absolutely right. Do a re-election, let her stay in office for a few more months to help Gavin Newsom keep from being recalled. Absolutely. But here's her problem, Yvonne Walker and Paul Koch. Here's your problem if you try that stunt. You just go on and concede, count the votes correctly, go on and lose, and then say, hey, we're going to do a protest. Now, the protest appeal, because if it was Yvonne Walker doing the protest, it goes to Kevin Miniger. And then he has to turn it over to the the protest committee that was appointed by Yvonne Walker. So there's still a conflict of interest. But they could do that and keep Yvonne in office for a period of time. But all you're going to do is draw more attention. And then if you say, hey, we're going to do a new elections, now the fact that you didn't allow those people who became members and had a chance to get a ballot because they became members by May 7th, what are you going to do about that? Because now all the things you've been doing wrong is all going to surface out. It's all going to come out. And now more people are going to want to sign up to vote because now you have to redo your timeline. And now you have more people turning out to vote, which means more people will have a voice. So it won't work in your favor, even though you'll stay in office and try to help Gavin keep from being recalled and use our money to do that. In the long run, it's going to let everybody vote in the election because it's going to give people more time to become members. So there's a lot of things at play here. But when I'm telling you on April 30th, 2021, when I win this presidency, we're still going to verify that vote count. I'm getting ahead of it. Now, this is a big risk for me to take. Because people would say, Richard, if you won already, don't even worry about it. No, because if she tried to cheat me, what she was trying to do was also cheat the other ones too. Now, her and Miguel Cordova are sitting back because he's the sidekick. So in case she doesn't win, then hopefully he'll win. No, that's not going to work either. That's not going to work. So we got to keep our eyes focused here, okay? And people who have become members in the last few weeks, keep sending those emails to local email1000elections@seiu1000.org. Keep CCing me, Richard DeReal7437 at gmail.com. Now, the local 1000 elections committee, they blocked my email. So now I emailed them from that Richard DeReal7437. They blocked it. So when you send it to me and they respond back, I'm going to respond to them from my work email because they're blocking me. See, this is the stunt that the local 1000 elections committee is doing. Stunts like this, it's very smooth, very clever. And they don't ever put in those return emails about the cutoff date because they've been told by the attorney to not put that information in there because they know they're caught. We are not letting these people off the hook. I'm not going to scream at you today. It's Friday. I'm not cracking jokes. I'm giving you accurate information. You have to stay focused. You have to tell everybody. Even if the people who are non-members were thinking about becoming members to vote, have them email the local 1000 elections at seiu1000.org. And make sure they CC me because I'm building the case file. Okay? Richard DeReal7437 at gmail.com. I'm building the case file. When you go to do an elections protest, when you hire your attorneys, when you go to court, you need to have a case file of more than just one particular case. And you got to have evidence supporting that case. Okay? Yeah, people know what they're doing. You're right. But you have to build the case. And when you call the union, you can't just call and say, well, I just spoke to somebody. That won't work. What time did you call? Who did you speak to? Do they have an ID number? Don't just make things up. You got to have proof. And the best proof is in writing. It's no different if your boss is trying to write you up to get you out of here. They're going to have it documented, the time, the date, the message they told you, how you responded to the message, how they responded back to you. You're building a case file. This is what I'm doing. People say I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough strategy. That's wrong. Okay? Again, this is April 30th. I'm giving you information. We're going to verify that count. If I win, we're verifying the count. If I lose, we're verifying that count. It's going to be an elections protest. And I'm telling Sophia Perkins and Tony Owens ahead of time. If I win and they say we still want to protest this election, I will support you. And if that means they do a recount and somehow, they say Richard didn't win, then that's going to raise a question. And here's the other thing that people don't understand. Someone said, if you win, if Tony wins, would he respect you doing a protest? Here's what I would tell the other candidates. If you win and you win by 50 to 100, 200 votes, your voters want to recount because they don't trust it because Richard Lewis Brown's been telling them from day one, as soon as he found out something was up, as soon as Roxy Shaw put that up, I started my letter. I started documenting on the 21st. Listen to this. On the 21st of April, that's when I started documenting. On the 21st of April. Okay? And I've been documenting ever since. I put up an email yesterday. They were telling this person he cannot get a ballot. And they told this also to George Mojica. We're going to keep going at this local 1000 elections committee because they refused to acknowledge that there was a cutoff date prior to April 7th, which is more than a month and a half out from when May 20th, the deadline to return your ballot. That's a violation of the policy file. I keep telling you this. In the policy file, you are a new member the day the union receives your membership application. And on top of that, when you're a new member, the day they receive your application, you're deemed in good standing. So they don't have to pull a whole month of pay from you for you to vote in this election. I'm telling you this. Read the policy file. Okay. I've been repeating myself because you have to repeat yourself 1,000 times before someone catches on to what you're saying. We're not going to let Yvonne Walker cheat this election. We're not going to let her bully this election. We're not going to let her get away with any stunts because she's a woman and she's black. No, there's no free pass in this country. You're going to earn this victory, and you're going to earn it with integrity and honesty because all them other elections, people have claimed that you've always cheated. This time, I've caught you. But I got more coming, Yvonne Walker, Paul Koch. I got more coming for you. I keep telling you this. I got more coming for you. We're going to verify them ballots with their return envelopes and their signatures. You know? And when you're telling people, if you didn't become a member prior to April 7th, listen to this. First of all, I don't know, maybe Sophia knows, maybe Tony knows, how many dues-paying members are in this election, okay? Before they even, going into this election cycle, how many dues-paying members do we have? Do we even know? Is it even stated on our website? So when they tell you they sent out the ballots to all the dues-paying members, first of all, how many are there? Do you even know? Paul Koch, okay? Do you even tell that part? When you say you sent ballots out to all the dues-paying members, my question is, we don't even know how many dues-paying members are there. So how the hell would we know if you sent them out to all the dues-paying members? And I have people contacting me, and I'm keeping the emails. They're telling me they've been dues-paying members for years, and they haven't got their ballot yet. When did the ballots get mailed out? You said you'll get them on or around the 19th. Well, wait a minute. Some people got it on the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, a few days after that. Have all the ballots been mailed out to all the dues-paying members? We don't even know. That's an elections protest. No, they don't want them to know how the membership has gotten under. It's not just that. It's not just that about how low it's gotten. It's the fact that if you don't know how many dues-paying members there are, then how many ballots actually went out? You can't even verify your count. That's another protest. I got to add that one. It just came fresh. Because I do my videos fresh, unscripted, unedited, unrehearsed. All right. So I don't want to hold you. I'm going to keep this short. Again, to Sophia Perkins and Tony Owens, when you guys are ready to sit down and do a video and talk about the cheating that's going on, the corruption that's going on in this election, and about election protests and what we're going to do, you have my word. I'll sit down with you. Transparent, unedited, unscripted, unrehearsed video. We go live. And I'm telling you, if I win and you guys protest, I will honor your protest. And I'm also telling you that when I win, if you help me push my 10-point platform, you'll be on full-time union leave with me. So we can unify so your voters' voice won't be just thrown away. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great weekend. You may see me this weekend. You never know what's coming with me. I'm full of surprises. April 30th, 2021, I'm Richard Lewis Brown. I seek your support to become the new Local 1000 president. Do not lose hope. Do not give up. We'll keep fighting. We'll keep fighting. We'll keep fighting until we get this victory. Thank you. Have a great day.